right. What's happening, everybody? What's up, Al?
What's up, Mr. Jay Kinder?
I went into the wrong Zoom room, so put me in control here was a questionable decision, but we'll figure it out.
There's Shannon. All right, buddy. Happy May 23rd, everybody. Coming off a amazing shareholders meeting. Unfortunately, I believe it will be the last in-person shareholders meeting, so they ended it with a great bang. Some amazing speakers. Anybody want to share any takeaways? We'd be absolutely. What's up, Rob? Rob from San Fran's in the house. What's going on?
Good morning. It was awesome.
Good morning. Good. Well, hey, we're here for you guys. Any questions, we can pop them into the chat. Meanwhile, Rob, since you unmuted yourself, it's good to see you, my friend. What tell us a little about what your a little takeaway for the group that maybe some people were not at shareholders in Orlando. I'll certainly share mine after everybody, but what did you love about it? What was your biggest takeaway?
I think one of the coolest things for me was to hear that EXPCon will have an element of AI running throughout the whole future EXPCon. And living in San Francisco and working in Silicon Valley, it's just everywhere around me, like not just in real estate, but like your email feed, your Instagram, Facebook, like everybody around you is talking about it. But as like anything, implementation is the key. And if you get overwhelmed and you can't implement, now what, right? So that was my big sort of like awesome moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I heard Glenn say that, and it got me excited too, because when I started digging into it, I'm not a really super techie type of person, although I love technology. I would say I'm probably a mediocre adapter, like speed wise. I'm not the fast adapter, I'm not the slow adapter. I probably fall somewhere in the middle. And when all this rush of AI talk started coming at us at 1,000,000 miles an hour, I kind of shut down a little bit from it. I was like, it's a shiny object, this and that. The more I dug into it, though, Jay, and I'm curious if you would agree with this, but because you and I were licensed very close to the same year. I was 98, you were maybe 97, I can't remember.
Right. Yep.
So you probably remember, when we were licensed, believe it or not, the MLS books were still kind of a thing in these offices, and they were moving into, it was like this dial-up DOS horrible MLS system where it was like connecting in, they had to dial into the thing. And in my office, the Century 21 archaic dinosaur office I was in, there was literally one computer. And when you walked in the front door of this office, there was a long hallway all the way down this thing. And there'd be anywhere from 10 to 14, 15 agents lined up like soldiers waiting to go into battle just to use the one computer so they could print out these shitty MLS sheets with no pictures. There was no pictures of homes, zero. That's how I was born into this. And I kind of I almost look at AI completely different, right? But like the advent of the MLS leaving books and going to what we're used to today, no one would ever go back to doing business the old way of MLS books. And I do believe that that's where AI is going to take us because of what the little bit that I've dipped my toe into the water on. And I'm happy to share on this call later if you guys want to see what I've done with it and how easy it was. Because that's what I like. I'm like, how could I use it? How could it save me time and money? And how could I use it easily? And if it doesn't do those three things, then I'm going to be even probably slower to adapt to it. But what are your thoughts, Jay?
Oh, dude, it's mind boggling. So actually an example, and some of you golfers may have this. I'm surprised not everybody has it yet. So this is called acros. You basically take these. You take these and you screw them into the top of your golf club. And what it does is you download the app. And when you're golfing, it tracks through GPS, like when you swing the club and then it knows you hit the ball. And then so when you pick up another club and swing it again, it knows that's how far the distance was, your shot dispersion, left to right, from the fairway, whatever. but it gathers all this data, and through AI, it starts giving you suggestions on what clubs to use and how many little percentage points you're more likely to land on the green or this or that or the other, right? Or whatever. And so like, it's going to integrate into everything we do, but like you have to adapt to it. Right. And so and what I've found so far with AI is some of it's easy to use and super intuitive, and some of it's a little bit tougher, but it's going to make your life 1,000 times easier. And you're going to be able to move so much faster in so many areas and be so much more efficient in so many different ways that, you know, if you're not consistently looking at ways to use and leverage AI, you're just going to fall so far behind. And what it's going to take time for you to do things that could be done so much better and so much more efficiently. You're going to have a hard time competing. And it's just, you know, it's crazy because, you know, one thing will come out, you know, and then 2 weeks later, something will come out that's even better that makes that thing irrelevant. And so it's just, it's fascinating. I think, you know, it's something that we're all going to have to embrace, but I think the more that you embrace it, the more excited you're going to become, because things that were difficult, like Opus Clip, Opus Clip is ridiculous. Like how hard it is to take, first of all, to create content, to cut it into clips, to find the right little things that you said and put those into YouTube shorts and the keywords and all that stuff. Like that shit is hard. Like you have to, you know, find somebody, pay a company a bunch of money, and then they had to go find employees to go through and find those little things and build all that out. Not anymore. Opus Clip does it all automatically, like through AI.
Yeah.
Through the use of AI, and gives you the best possible clips that you could have for your reels. And so, you know, it really is fascinating. I'm just blown away. I'm excited about it more than anything, just because every time I dive into one thing, I'm like, man, look at all the ways we could use this.
Yeah. Can I share? I'm going to share because Shannon asked, you know, what kind of tools and how are you using it? You brought up Opus Clip, and it is amazing. And I actually did. So, you know, we work with Mike on a daily basis. I know he prefers to stay behind the curtain like Oz, because he truly is the Wizard of Oz. But he texted me like the other morning. I think it was like Monday morning. He's like, dude, I got this thing, top secret, don't tell anybody, you know. He sends me Opus Clip, which I had already heard from Phil Stringer, like in his presentation. If you guys really want a great presentation on just it's the tip of the iceberg, go to the Expert Mentors library, and that's at honeybadgernation.com. Scroll all the way down, click on the Expert Mentors John Kitchen's interview with Phil. One of the things he talked about was Opus Clip. So I was literally not even out of bed. I grabbed my phone, and he's like, dude, this is the best thing since sliced bread. I'm like, oh, okay. So I opened it, and all it did was, it's so simple. It said, copy and paste one of your long form YouTube videos right here. That's it. Hit the button and wait 3-4 minutes. And here's what it emailed me. I'm going to share my screen. I don't know if it's going to let me. Yep. So boom, in 4 minutes, all I literally did was I took my speech at in 2021 at Build. I did a talk for 22 minutes. So it was a 22-minute YouTube video. Actually, I take that back. It was 19 minutes and 47 seconds, apparently. And it kicked this out. Okay. And it scores them based upon how good the SEO is going to be, and just like it scores it from like 1 to 99. It kicked me out 1, 2 reels, 3, 4, and it commentates all of it too, and it puts the emojis in and the what do you call it?
The captions, yeah,
the captions in. You literally click this button to download it. That's how easy it is. And before you do that, you can go in here and edit it. And it's super easy to even edit and everything like that too. So, but real quick, it gave me 10 reels in 4 minutes, already done. It was done, editing everything. And I loaded this on my Instagram. I never even got out of bed yet. I did this like from my phone in my bed, if that gives you an idea. And it's not, you know, to be honest with you, it isn't the best, but it's pretty dang good. It actually even tries to keep you centered, you know, for the thing. So this is what this is. When you leave,
yeah, it cuts it from the horizontal video to the vertical video for those reels. Which, when you think about like having to do all that in the past, I mean, wow, That stuff
Yeah.
was not fun to try to, hire the right people to do. For
Yeah.
most of us, we just didn't do it.
So for you guys, like, okay, maybe you haven't spoke on, a stage and done a whole presentation like that, but maybe you've done interviews with, with people, or maybe you've interviewed other people where you guys are like, dang, that was really good. There was some fire in there. All you do is you just upload that to YouTube, drop and paste that into that thing, and it's going to kick you out 10 reels that you can now repurpose across, not just Instagram, but Facebook, TikTok, whatever you want to do. So super cool. But you know what got me thinking, Jay? I didn't know about those little things that you screw into your, think about, it reminded me of the 4-minute mile. No one thought it could be broke. Now think about how like it's going to improve golf scores. It's going to make golfers even better. Now they're not going to be able to obviously use that but when they practice, they can be using that on practice. And why wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, they have that data using shot trackers and stuff like that, but now it's integrated into while you're on the course. So like, for the average, golfer, you go out there and you think what your distance is with that club, but you don't really know. You don't, unless y'all have the notepad on you're just not you're not going to have that data, not in real time. And man, it's nuts, man. I can't wait to get 100 rounds under my belt so that I know, so that I can start making better decisions or whatever. It's crazy, man. And that's, that was $200 and, $159 a year for the app or whatever. Right. Like, as frustrated as I get on the golf course, I would happily pay to make better decisions. It's not going to fix my golf game, but it'll at least tell me where I suck.
Well, I mean, it's not going to automatically fix it, but it's going to give you the awareness of where you need, if you need to fix the swing this way or stuff like that. It'll give you the suggestions, which is like, think about it like this. People are paying thousands of dollars for golf lessons. Going to disrupt it a little bit,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah. And, just going back to the whole Opus clip, you and I'm not going to mention names because we're super good friends with these guys. We've been paying them thousands of dollars a year. And I'm talking, if I were to do the math, over $12,000 to $15,000 a year to go and break up clips and post for us.
Yep.
Don't need it anymore. So, just think about, saving you time and money. If any of the innovations that you've seen from Amazon to Uber to Netflix, they all do those two things. They save time, they consume consumers time, money, and more efficiency. When you have one of those types of ideas that comes out, it's typically $1 billion idea. And this will be a multi-billion-dollar industry with AI. We just got to make sure that it doesn't get out of control, which Elon warned us years ago that when this hits, that it could be used for good, it could also be used for really bad. And we don't need to get into that discussion, but we've already kind of seen that, where I got to tell this story. So my kids, they're in high school. They're in the latter part of their high school. And I'm not going to get into we'll keep this PG rated, but one of the students used that voice over AI to duplicate their principal's voice as if he was making a school announcement that they were having, you can fill in the blanks. They were having a mandatory measuring contest. I'm not going to tell you what they were measuring, in the gymnasium sharp at 4:00. And they sent this out to like hundreds of students, and they showed it to me. And I was just like, oh my God, for as funny as it was, they suspended the kid for 10 days for that one. But like, you can already see where this could start going. Like, I swear it sounded exactly like the principal's voice, like he read it, and it was vulgar. So it was bad. And then they suspended the kid. So yeah, it's going to be one of those things, like they're already trying to put some regulations on it. But I really think that with our business, it's gonna challenge the status quo for, like, the average. We've talked about it, Jay. You came up with the terminology, the average frustrated agent.
Mm-hmm.
And how, in the tough times, when the average agents become irrelevant, and the honey badgers, the superstars, the ones who go all in, they start to become more relevant. And when it comes down to tools like this, it's going to even accelerate that separation, that chasm between the two levels of agent, your pro and your amateur. It's going to put even a bigger gap, I think, between the two.
No doubt about that.
Cool. So what questions y'all got? What comments? Any other takeaways from shareholders? The Stringer video? Yeah, I'll put the link in here. Just go to honeybadgernation.com.
I didn't go to the shareholder meeting, but I did want to piggyback off of what you just said about that story with AI and using the voice. There was a Bloomberg post that had an AI generated bombing of the Pentagon that created a huge dip in the market, not the real estate market, the stock market.
I heard about that.
That was pretty disruptive. That just happened this week.
I just heard about that yesterday, right?
Yeah.
That's nuts. I didn't know. I heard that it was a hoax of some kind, but I that's all I knew. I didn't know that it was a AI like made up bombing of it. I had no.
It was a generated photo that somebody created a fake Twitter account for Bloomberg, so it's a reputable, news source, and they posted it because they didn't have the verified blue check mark thing.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy. No doubt. Yeah, Descript, I think it's descript.com is the one that you can, they basically, I think you upload, then it gives you back, basically your voice, and you can write a script or upload copy voice, which is a little scary.
Yeah. And the scary thing is that anyone else can do it. So if you do have a bunch of YouTube stuff out there, which many of us do, anybody can grab that stuff off and make a duplicate of your voice, which that is the scary part. There's going to be regulations you see over the next 24 months. It'll be constant, and we'll start seeing them locking down some of this stuff. But before that happens, we're going to see some interesting stuff. It'll be, get out your popcorn. If anyone doesn't have any, I guess this is kind of in alignment with what we've been talking about, is that my biggest takeaway really actually was Jay, and it was not just because Jay was the moderator, but that 30 under 30 panel that you moderated, man, it blew me away. And and the reason it blew me away was just how, when we were in our 20s, the internet really was just starting to peek its head above, the information age was in its infancy stage, sort of. And we just did not have access to all like the 20-year-olds now. They grew up, they were born and had all this information and data at their fingertips. They had iPads in their hands when they were 2.
Yep.
I had a rattle. Clearly.
I was trying to put a square peg into a round hole.
Right. So when that was the aha that I had, like when you think about, and I never thought about this, like everybody like kind of, they beat up a little bit on like the earlier, we used to be the millennials, and now they're beating up on the new generation coming up before them, saying this and that. Here's what I learned. They have they have the ability, not all of them, obviously, because it's just like anything else, but they've had the ability to learn so much faster than our generation did because of the internet. And it came out on stage, and I was blown away. Like at the level of intuitive thoughtfulness and how they think about solving certain problems, and even strategically how they approach certain things. Now that dude was a superstar, no doubt. 30 under 30, you don't get there without being that, but it also checked me a little bit. I'm going to be 50 this year. And I was like, dang, if I want to stay relevant, I better step my game up. Like that was the check for me that I felt, but great job moderating that.
Thank you. Yeah, but they made
That's what I took away. That's what I took away, guys, was, man, I'm older than you, Al, but you got to keep learning or you're going to fall behind. And it's just like this AI, I'm just got off my call with my marketing guy, Brandon Birch in Louisiana for KV Core. You know, I don't understand everything he's doing, but I'm going forward with it. So, you know, it's just put it out there, keep moving, keep learning, and you know, and then just then all the connections you make. It was really cool.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Yep. The luxury's really that, Rob. Luxury has really just turned it up so many notches from when they started trying to get that up, which is a great opportunity for us for agent attraction, by the way, because if I'm just being transparent, I didn't really have anything to go to some of the luxury agents in my market and be like, hey, you should come over because this. Now we actually have, you know, a legit luxury program that was created by some of the best luxury agents in the United States. You got Pete on that panel, and Tina Call was on it, and a handful of other people who I have a tremendous amount of respect for. And they just keep getting, but they got it to a point where now you can get certified. It's actually a tool that we can now use in helping solve problems for luxury agents in your market, where you can have a different conversation with them. Obviously, before doing that, I recommend going through I thought to myself, I should go through this. You know, I just should get certified. Not because I'm going to go, you know, start selling homes again, but, you know, just to have that knowledge base, be able to talk intelligently about what I'd be getting them into. So, yep. Rob, I agree with you there.
I can contribute to this because I've been in the thick of it for the last year since I joined, right? So Tina Call is my sponsor, and you know, I met you two guys 2 years ago this month. Believe it or not, we had a call, but Pete has really driven that hard, right? So the two or three things that you could take away from why the luxury division launching this past week is important is there's a whole set of collateral that's newer and nicer and better than the blue and orange collateral you might see on Marketing Center. This is sort of black and gold. It replicates a lot of the look and feel of Sotheby's and Compass. And for those of us in urban markets, that's our pool of people that we want to pull out, right? And the really great thing inside of the luxury division is that EXP negotiated with a company called Lux VT out of San Diego. It's a little media company that luxury agents have been using for 15 years to place your listings over $1 million in about 9 publications that are out of New York City and maybe 20 MLSs around the country. Nobody else does that. You have to have a $4 million listing or higher at Compass to get that same service. And at Sotheby's, they don't give it to you at all. You have to pay for it. So EXP negotiated this with Lux VT, which has all these connections. So when you have $1 million listing, it automatically syndicates to Barron's, Wall Street Journal, Mansion Global, the Robb Report, and it just keeps going. So when you're sitting down on a listing presentation and you know you might be competing with somebody from one of these other luxury firms, this is the exposure answer to that seller. What are you going to do differently than this other guy is going to do differently from me? This other person that sold, you know, everything on this block. Well, if your house is over $1 million, you're going to have all this exposure, and maybe there's an international buyer, maybe there's a buyer from out of state, but nobody else has this, and so that is a huge accomplishment. And I think people who got certified on Saturday morning in that 3-hour session, sort of their light bulb went on. Like, okay, I got to pay $2,000 to belong to this thing just to get the better logo. Is that all? Oh no, there's a lot more than that. So that's the number one thing right there.
That's
So
great.
I wanted to share that with you just to boil it down, because it would take you hours of being on the workplace site to figure this out if you were just going to investigate. So I thought I would just boil it down and share that for you.
Yeah.
No,
The
appreciate
best
it, Rob.
The best part about that was my fireflies.io note taker is taking notes, and we'll be able to take that, put it into a post and put it into Honey Badger Nation without having to listen to the whole call again. So thank you,
That
AI.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Love
I'm
it.
adapting. I feel like I'm adapting slowly.
I love it. Hey, what's up, Savannah?
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing good, doing good. You popped in there and I almost forgot that we're doing it all on one Zoom here. And I thought I was like, Savannah, did she get her real estate license? Is she a honeymoon now? Like, oh, that would be really cool.
That would be something, all right.
By the way, if you are thinking of getting your real estate license, I know a company that is just doing big things. Okay, disruptive, like I'm talking like Amazon disruptive. We can talk after the call.
I got you. Oh, no, I have like 8 friends that are in EXP, so I understand. I totally do.
I have
Yeah.
9.
Now we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna let you take it away here. All right, guys, appreciate you coming on, and we're gonna have Savannah take it away. And I don't know what you're gonna go over. Surprise us, dazzle us with your
With the
dazzling. Yes, all your bedazzle.
The bedazzle. Okay, I'll try my best, but today it's a really unique one. It's an open Q&A call. We've gone through all the different features, so it's just for you guys to maybe go through. I'm not getting as much engagement as I want. I don't even know where to find the survey. I was not listening the last couple calls. Can you re-explain? That's what today is for. So does anyone have any questions, or do you guys know what app I'm talking about? Maybe we need to get the app downloaded. Okay, I saw someone shaking their head. Okay, so I'll go ahead and share my screen. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, this is your guys's agent attraction app. It's a very powerful tool. It's been loaded with lots of resources. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So this is your app. And so you can, let's see, Steffi, are you on the call? Could you drop there in the chat? Thank you, Steffi. You beat me to it. There's the link to get this app. And I believe for the first 30 days, I think it's $1. I think, maybe I'm wrong.
Free now.
It's free. It's free. Oh,
You better.
Look at that. Okay, so there's no reason for you not to get this app. So there you go. Just get the app. And then let's see. I lost my screen share. Hold on. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll just run you through really quickly, and then we're going to go into Q&A. So once you get the app, it might look a little different in the free version because there's some things that aren't available, but I think it's 19 something a month. It's so affordable, and it's a business expense. It's a write-off. It's like the best investment into the expansion of your business I think you'll ever make. So just a quick fly through. This is essentially like your contact database. So maybe it's other agents and different brokerage. Did I get that verbiage right? Is that how we say? Okay. I need to learn. I should sit in on one of your guys' classes so I can get your verbiage. If you're connecting with other people, maybe they're following you on social media, this is how you can engage properly. So if I came into my contacts, this is my contact database for other agents or people that I've connected with that are looking to get into the real estate space. And so these are just people I've connected with in the past. We'll go into an example. It's really cool. You can give them a 5-star rating. So maybe they were a really awesome person, just wasn't the right time. So you could drop it down to like a 3-star rating, and then it'll lower their points. And there's this algorithm that's going on behind the scenes, but there's something called a hot list. So the higher the score they have, they'll end up in your hot list. So let's say another thing you can do is you have a survey that you could push to social media. So if I came into your resources and I came into engage, these are different surveys that you can utilize. You could post over here.
What's up, Exos Nation? This is Angelica, and I'm here to bring you an upper.
I'm not sure what happened. Okay, let's try this again. Here we go. This is your survey. So you can post this to social media. And whenever someone fills this out at the bottom, it captures first name, last name, email, phone number, and it brings it into your app as a new contact. That's awesome. And then you know the answers to their survey, you know exactly how to follow up with them, you know the right time to follow up with them based off of when they actually filled out the survey. So it's a very, very powerful tool. And then there's something, I'll show you the activity log. So we'll come back and do our example. This is the activity log for this contact. So I can see I had a phone call with him on May 2nd. Let's see if we can find someone I've sent a survey to. Patrick. So I can see all of the things I've sent Patrick. This is crazy. Okay, I used to just send people a bunch of stuff and I forgot what they sent them, and then I'd send it to them again. I looked silly. So this prevents that. This makes you look like a professional. And you can track, you can see what time, you can see if 3 months have gone by and they're starting to engage with content. Maybe an email campaign. Let's go to the campaigns. A lot of times it might be the right person, it's just not the right time. But then a couple months go by, maybe they're really frustrated with where the current brokerage are with, or they're just not seeing the results they want. They're lacking in coaching. They don't have the right structure, like support that you guys have, right? And so they're like, I remember that one person, and then boom, you put them in a campaign. This is one of your campaigns, opportunity campaign. And so this slowly drips over that for 117 days. So let's say it's day 87 and they're like, that person, I can't remember who they were. And then they get an email from you and they're like, oh my gosh. And then you can see they engaged with the campaign. They clicked on a link that was in the email. Then you get a notification in your app and it's like, okay, I should follow up with them. You follow up with them, you start that conversation. How powerful is that? We call it a long tail strategy. It's just engaging with people over time. And so it's all built out for you. And it's like, this is how simple it is to put someone in a campaign. You go to their contacts, you go into their thing, and then active campaign, you change that. I'm going to put them in the opportunity campaign, assign. That's literally how simple it is. It's amazing. Now Patrick is going to start getting your email campaign over the next 117 days. And when it's the right time, it's the right time. And I will know because my app is doing the work for me. I see a hand raised. What's going on, Rob?
I think I've been on a few coaching and I think I'm paying for this.
Awesome.
I still don't know what the big sort of I don't know what the 30,000 foot idea here is. Like, I thought we weren't supposed to contact people unless we watched the video with them, but this is like a drip of videos and resources and stuff, and doesn't it end up feeling like spam, or am I just missing like a key component here that I haven't heard before?
Yeah, it's value add. I mean, so all of those email campaigns are designed to be to somebody that you've spoken to that maybe maybe they didn't move forward. So it's just, hey, I thought you might like this. Check it. Hey, check this out. Hey, this is one of the resources our group has. Thought you might enjoy it. That type of conversation.
Okay, I see. So you watched the video, you had a Zoom, maybe even had a 3-way call, and they're just sort of on the fence. And this is sort of cultivation over time. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. And the way it's sent is it's coming straight from your personal email and it's all verbiage. Like it literally sounds like it's coming from you. It's not some like white labeled like thing. It's coming from you. We call it authentic sharing technology. So it's literally there's like placeholders in there. So it puts your name in and their name in. It's really cool. It's really cool. And our delivery rate is incredible. We've worked there's people way smarter than me that have figured out how to make the delivery rate. Like it's like 99.7% of our emails get delivered into your inbox. Like not your promotions or your what's the other one? You guys know what I'm talking about. In your Gmail, there's those 3 different tabs. It's in your primary inbox because it came from your email, not some mass list. Like it's authentic. So it's really it's amazing. We've had so many good results from it. But that was a good question. Anyone else?
Yeah, any there he is. Any ideas on what they could literally do with these surveys? I think they've been underutilized.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've underutilized mine, but I have used it. When I have used it, I've gotten it filled out, and the results, I'm like, holy crap, Michael, guy that he's on my hot list right over here. I haven't used it in a mass way, like from social media. I've used it more on a personal, like texted people.
Yeah.
But I'd rather do it like on a social. Jay, would you think a little bribery campaign would work like, hey guys, you know, like let's say you went live talking about a specific subject and you were offering to give something away, like, hey man, if you want a copy of my script book for blah, 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 or whatever it is, you know,
Right.
just fill out the survey. I swear that it takes you literally 30 seconds, no more than that. Fill out the survey. My team's going to send you out X. That's a great way. Any ideas around that, Jay? I think that's a good way to do it, but like executing on it with
Yeah, dangle a carrot for someone to fill out the survey. I think that's a great idea.
yeah.
That would get good engagement, that's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
And here's a cool carrot to dangle. You may be thinking to yourself, okay, that sounds good, but what carrot could I dangle? In the resources, I think that the best carrot and the best thing to talk about, if you go, yep, click on the opportunity and scroll into the follow-ups all the way down to the bottom, is the 8 stages that Jay, like personally, him and Michael wrote this out. This is just the coolest tool to be able to send people. It will come to as a PDF. It's a great talking point because no matter where they're at in their business, whether they're somewhere between 0 and 14 transactions, they're 15 to 25, all these different, these are all personas. These are all, I mean, you can call them avatars. It's the different stages of where each agent would be based upon, and it's loosely based upon number of transactions. But it really, it's amazing how accurate it is. And what Jay and Michael did was they took the time to, you know, write out what is their current situation and where are their biggest problems? How do they feel? You know, if you just read through it, if someone's in this solopreneur, they call it, stage, they're between 0 and 14, it tells you where their pain points are, you know, because collectively we've coached thousands of real estate agents. We've seen agents in every single one of these stages, so to speak. And because we were coaching them, we knew what their pains were, documented them all and put them in a really great cheat sheet, if you will. It really doesn't matter who you're talking to. They'll probably fall into one of these. I think the only one that we could say that there isn't a stage for would be like your multi-office broker, you know. Right. Other than that, then an agent that's in production, growing a team, not growing a team, they're single, maybe they got a small team, maybe they're just, you know, an agent with one assistant, no team, just one. There's a stage that they would fit into. And more importantly, at the bottom, you can see where their heartaches are. You know, you can see what they're hoping to do, where their goals at, and usually where the rock in their shoe is, and it's been spelled right out. So, you know, you could, that could be a great content piece for either, you know, a video, Facebook Live, and say, hey, if anyone wants a copy of this, we're happy to, you know, send it out to you. All we ask is you fill out this short 30-minute survey. As soon as you fill it out, my team will send it out to you, and you can, you know, check it out and find out, like, you know, sort of where you're at and where you want to go. And I don't know. That's
I love that idea. So I know y'all probably can't read that, but essentially this is a notification I just got. I'll read it to you. But I just got this notification. Todd Bradley clicked to watch a video. Todd watched 21 minutes and 33 seconds, 100% of benefits of partnering with us. So I had 2 calls or 3 calls already today. I told him I was going to send him the video. He watched the sizzle video, which he watched that first, and now he's watched 100% of the benefits of partnering with us. As soon as I get off this call, I'm going to reach out to him. I'll be, all right, man, what do you think? So I've got to, you know, but I sent that out yesterday to somebody who didn't watch the video, right? So it helps me with knowing who's hot and who's not.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Okay.
I appreciate you sharing that, because, you know, it's those things that give people a belief that, like, oh shoot, this does work, you know?
Yeah. I love it. I use it every day with everybody I talk to. I take people from, you know, everything else that I'm doing to put them in rapid funnel and send them the partner video. That's where when I've engaged with them enough that I'm ready for them to watch the video, that's when I put them in the app. And that's where the app becomes the most valuable for me, is because I know they saw, first of all, they saw a differentiated video about why they should partner with all of us, not just an EXP video. That is a huge distinction. In that video was baked in testimonials and proof of being partners with us at EXP is helping people grow their business. So definitely love it. Great stuff.
Rob, you got your hand back up, bud, or was it from before?
Yeah, did I hear at an earlier coaching that if you wanted to create your own video and put it in here, that was possible too? Maybe like an intro to the drip that's about to happen to you or something like that.
I think you can upload your own stuff into it. I don't exactly know how to do that because I haven't. I just use the stuff that we have our team that we've created. I would say before you do that, check out the sizzle video if you haven't yet. Did you watch the Matthew McConaughey voiceover?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now right now.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because it's Matthew's voice. It's actually not Matthew for real. Otherwise, we might have gotten a letter from him. But yeah, so that's like
And we could use AI to do that now.
We could use AI to do that right now. But this was actually an actual human who could duplicate his voice, pretty much better than anyone I heard.
They don't have any reservations sending out videos that are produced by other people like yourselves. Like there's sort of faith and trust that even though there are other people on stage talking, that the prospect is still going to come back to you. Has that been addressed, or you've thought about that? And
yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's well. First of all, you're going to know if they watch the video or not, so to follow up. Nobody ever comes to us, and plus, it's better coming from somebody else other than you because it's like you're trying to sell someone, right? So it creates a selling environment that creates resistance. If you're trying to explain EXP to someone, or if it was your video or whatever, this is, hey, these are my guys. You got to watch this. You can get someone hyped up about get them excited. Like that's really the only skill in agent attraction you need is to be able to get someone excited enough to watch a video. But it's hard to do that to get them to watch a video you created, right? Because then it sounds, self-aggrandizing. So, but yeah, the people don't ever come to us and go. I've had it happen 2 times where people tried to go around me, but I know if I've talked to them, I know if I've sent them a video, so I know they came from somebody. And so that's how I found out is throughout the conversation. Hey, who were we talking to? That may have sent you our way, but we've never sponsored anyone that I know of that came from somebody sharing our videos. You want to leverage that because that is the differentiator.
got it. Thank you.
Any more that they're talking to, they're talking to other people, they're talking to other groups, and if it's just talking about EXP and someone else is offering more value, then you're going to lose them.
Yeah. Albie and Jay, what month and year did you guys join?
I was November of 2017.
I was September. Well, the actual date was August 15th, but my anniversary date is September 1 of 17.
I was interacting with some Compass agents recently, and I said, we joined in September of 2016, and look at us, we're all still selling houses and scraping by. And these 2 dudes right here they've been at their company a year shorter than we have, and look where they are. I said, you need to start listening to me, or at least listening to them.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. If that's their goal, and then, all the testimonials of people that we were helping double, triple, quadruple production, if that's their goal, and that's why it's important to get into that conversation about, hey man, what are you trying to do? What's your goal? Where do you want to be? And if they're like, man, I'd like to be out of production. Okay, well, what's your plan for doing that? Hey, you should check these guys out. They were, basically retired inside of 5 years with this opportunity. You got to see this. You're not going to be able to sleep tonight. That's the way I try to tee it up is if you can get somebody excited, man, enthusiasm sells. And people think they know what EXP is. They do not know what partnering with us is because they have not seen that video. It isn't public. You can't find it anywhere. It's only in the app. And so, there's no way that they possibly could know everything. And even if they did, they probably wouldn't remember it all. So certainly, it's our Trojan horse for honey badgers.
Yeah. The other thing I recognized from a post that was put up, and this has nothing to do with the app, but it is agent attraction, based, is that, there was can't remember the young guy's name who joined under Veronica. Good dude. He was Keller Williams, like bled the red for years. And he posted a quote from their CEO. And bottom line is that what you got to understand is I was a Remax guy prior to opening my brokerage, and then went with I moved it into EXP. Our broker, who was a good person and everything, did everything in their power as a Remax broker to slam Keller Williams, told lies about him, made things up, said it wasn't sustained, did everything that all the arrows that we've been taking since we've been at the company, that Keller Williams was getting all those arrows from Remax. It's sort of their job when you think about it. Okay. So just understand, like, if you've ever been at another company and did a monthly or weekly meeting and the broker or the manager standing up there, they ain't saying nice things about us. And truthfully, the stuff they're saying, 90% of it is false. Right. So like, what was kind of funny with this one was that basically their message is that, and it's kind of funny because it's going to shoot them in the foot, is that they're like, well, if you don't understand how to look at a P&L, if you don't understand how to run a business like a business, then Keller Williams is probably your place, because that's what we teach. But if you understand that, you could probably go to Keller or the EXP, where it made no sense. I mean, it's like, oh, so once you learn all that, you're better off over here. He said this in an article. My point in saying this is that there's misinformation out there all the time. And when you know that misinformation, you know what's going on inside the brain of these people, the agents, and then our job is easier now to re-educate them to the truth. Right. And so the truth is that because of our structure, because of our revenue share program and the incentives that all the agents have that are selling 2,000 homes or 1,000 homes or 500 homes to help the people who are doing 5 that want to get to 10, you don't see that. If you do see it in Keller Williams, they're charging you coaching for it. Here, there is no other real estate company that has as many events that are agent driven, agent paid for, and the education where you can get it for free than us. So when you're thinking about like how inviting people, keep inviting them through the app to all the different things that we have going on and all the education stuff too, to help them grow their business. It's not about EXP. It's about helping them grow their business first. Then EXP is the platform that we help them on. So just remember that, right things in right order. Anyways, just want to throw that out there.
Yep.
Any other questions?
So I'll be two things. So you're another one that's retired from real estate, selling houses, right?
Well, from selling homes.
Right.
I mean, that happened prior to me even joining EXP. I was running a brokerage and out of production, but yes.
Nice. All right. So as far as you're saying to send them things to help their business. So in the apps, I just I'm new to the app. I just purchased the paid app now, and so where could I find those different things other than just dripping on them, trying to show them the video?
Yeah, honeybadgernation.com. I just posted it again in the chat. So I had, listen, keep that website. It's not even a website, it's a web page that Holly built out with all the links to all of our trainings in there at all times. All right. And use that, because we have sales training, live sales training every Thursday. We have live, this call is live. We have on Fridays, funnel Fridays with Braden, showing everyone how to build their own sales funnel to get their own leads so they don't have to spend money on Zillow leads. There's all this free to use as the initial carrot, start the relationship, start, expert mentors. I'll tell you exactly what I did last week. Before I went to shareholders, I sent out about, I would say 10 messages to people. And here's what I said. Hey, have you guys, I said, hey, Michael, Anthony, Nicole, Sarah, all these people are on my list. Have you done anything with AI to grow your business yet? Or if they have a team, I say, have you done anything with AI to grow your team? It's a yes, no question. And it really doesn't matter whether they say yes or no to it, because the next thing I did was I'm like, hey, I haven't either. Or if they say, yes, I did, I'm like, I really haven't dug into it, but this is an amazing video that we did with an AI expert who's using it to grow his business. And I sent him the Phil Stringer video that John interviewed him on Expert Mentors Live, which is found on honeybadgernation.com. I got a response back from Mike Ferrante. He's got the #1 Century 21 team, maybe in the nation. He's in my market. He's like, dude, that video was fire. Let's have coffee. Perfect. Doors now open. Okay. So now I'm going into the app, and I'm gonna send them some other things. Now that I have that relationship warmed up, I'll probably send them the sizzle video. I'll send them the, why partner with us for teams and brokers, which is a video that's in your app. So, I don't ever open with the stuff that's on the app unless it has something to do with production or something of that nature. It's a finesse, guys.
Yep.
It takes practice
Great
to
job.
learn finesse.
Okay, got you. So that definitely answered my question, because that was my next question. So could I send that through the app? So don't even worry about sending the app yet until you get them engaged and having a conversation about it. Then you start implementing the app, correct?
Yep.
That's
Got
what
it.
I do.
why outside of the events that we have that are already pre-scheduled, if you're going to find one of those assets like that off of honeybadgernation.com, that's how I would do it.
Actually, Jay, that got me thinking what he just said. Wonder, could we put those the links in there so that they can invite to those into the app? I don't see why we would. Well, wait, no, we do. They're in the calendar. What am I talking about? Savannah?
Let's check.
Yeah, they're in the calendar. You can invite them from the app.
If you know about it ahead of time, but if you find one that's an older one, how would you send it? That's
The older ones, I don't think.
that's the question. I don't know.
Yes.
So
Could upload all of them in there.
Expert Mentors.
Yep. That would be the next one.
Yeah, so that's tomorrow. So if you wanted to send an invite, I'll send it to. Do I have you in here, Albie? Let's see.
So if we went to resources, so that's one that's a scheduled event. Those are all in there. But if after we've done those, they disappear, we could create a category in resources where all of those videos are uploaded in there, and you could use those and send it and track it in the app.
Yes.
That's what we need to do. All right, we got a to-do for us.
Perfect. Yeah, and Steffi's on here. She's gonna be the girl to make sure it gets loaded in there correctly and usable. So
Gotcha.
Steph, go back and forth with her. Yeah, there's just for Jay and Al, there's some emails from us about getting a meeting scheduled just on our end to go over some things. So look for those emails. We need a scheduled time.
I see it. We're on it.
Awesome.
We're already pinned down.
Perfect. But I want to show how to invite to do the event invite from the app. So in the contact, we'll go back to Patrick. And it's right here, event invite. And so this pulls up the calendar. So let's say I had a conversation with him today. I said, hey, I'll send you over an invite. And then you select that day, select the event, and then you can text it. And it says, it has the link right there. And then when he clicks on the link, this is what he sees. So he can RSVP. I always draw attention, make sure to RSVP up at the top, because then you're notified and they're reminded. So it's just a good practice. And then they can add it to their calendar and they join the event from here. It's beautiful. That's how you do that.
Awesome, guys. We're at the end of our time. So thank you guys for joining. Appreciate you guys for jumping on and helping us get people using that. And we'll see you guys again on the next one.